Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Bert the Stormtrooper and this is the home of That's Just Prime, the comprehensive Optimus Prime review series. I also review other Transformers, lots of G1 stuff, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, GoBots, and pretty much any other toy that may jump out of me. I also do the occasional arcade and pinball machine videos, unboxings, blogs, challenges, and miscellaneous videos where my daughter usually makes fun of me. Those are a lot of fun. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking me out. Please be sure to click that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload a new video. I usually upload 2 videos a week, sometimes more. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share if you like what you see. Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Generation 1 Pretender SUBMARAUDER, and I love this toy. Originally released in 1988, he retailed for approximately $8 to $9. So SUBMARAUDER, or Gilmer as he was known in Japan, is one of the Destrons, one of the 3 Destrons or Decepticons that were featured in the Master Force show. And I really like what the Destrons did because they went away from doing the whole human in an armored suit thing, where usually on the show you would see the humans in just their regular clothes. Hardly ever did you get to see them in the actual armor that resembled their toys, except for when they were going to transform. So you got to see them for like a second or two in their armor. Immediately they would transform into the robot modes. So you didn't get to see those armor modes a whole lot. With the Destrons, this is the form that you got to see most of the time. That's a positive, and it's a little bit of a negative because they hardly ever showed the robots. The robots and their vehicle modes were not shown as much. I'd say about 80% of the time on the show, the Destrons were shown in this form right here, in their beast modes. So, and their beast modes were really cool because they were just these like fantasy monsters. And Gilmer here was the sea monster. And if you look at him, he is really cool looking. A lot of cool detail on him. He's sort of like a shark monster, I think. I don't know if this is kind of like a shark head with a fin or what it is, but you can see his eyes there, and these little flaps here, these were his mouth. So whenever he talked, these flaps would just kind of open and close as he talked. It was really, really cool. A lot of cool colors on this guy: blues, teals, greens, purple or lilacs, and grays. A lot of detail going all the way around. His backpack is painted really nice. He's got some turbines back there and some exhausts as well, some fins on the back of his leg. This is a really, really cool design for a monster. I like this a lot. He does have a couple of accessories. Well, real quick, articulation again. Like most Pretenders, he can turn his shoulders all the way around, and that's going to be about it for this guy. He does come with 4 accessories, so he does have this shield right there. He can't really hold his shield. He can't really hold, other than the sword, in this particular hand. We'll get into that in a moment. He can't really hold the rest of his accessories. So he can't really hold his shield in his hand. I just proved myself wrong, didn't I? Look at that. I guess he can hold his shield in his hand. That's pure luck, and I'm going to explain why in a moment. But this was typically just plug in right here. He's got his weapon right there. So this is his gun. And then he's got his sword as well. And yeah, we went ahead and pop that off. So he's got his sword right here. And then he's got his belt. Now, unlike other Pretenders, we don't need to remove this belt in order to separate the shell. So I'm not going to take it off. I'm going to leave it just where it is. Now, here's the thing about the hands. You'll notice this one here has an open hand. This one here is mostly closed. And this is not something you're going to want to try to pry open. This is not soft rubber. You try to pry this open, you're likely to break it. So don't even bother trying to get the sword in this hand. Definitely going to go in this hand. Now, both of his hand holes are opened enough to where he just really doesn't hold that very well at all, as you can see there. Same thing on that hand over there. As you can see, he just doesn't really hold it well, which is exactly the same thing I was doing with the shield. I just put it there, and it just happened to fall over and angle toward the front and not fall off. So it just kind of got lucky that it did that for the shot. But yeah, he doesn't really hold these well in his hand. So over on this hand, I like to put the sword, and then the person that I bought this from, the way he was displaying it is he was plugging this gun into his shoulder right here, which I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that, but I thought that was a great idea. That works really, really well for him. So there's SUBMARAUDER, or Gilmer, in his not human form, in his monster form. So we'll go ahead and pop the shell open to reveal the robot within. And we'll go ahead and set that guy down. Close the shell up, and we will need the weapon, so we'll go ahead and pop that one off. Set the shell off to the side, straighten out SUBMARAUDER or Gilmer here. Straighten him out, turn around his head. And this one has really tight joints. And here is Gilmer or SUBMARAUDER in robot mode. And here in robot mode, he's approximately 5.5 inches tall. He's a little bit tall and lanky. Again, this is one of those that suffers from, I think, big head syndrome. His head, I think, is a little big for the rest of his proportions. But, you know, you can see the similarities with the rest of his Pretender brothers right there. And very cool. Now, with this guy, I haven't done stickers on this guy because all his original stickers are there. He's not missing anything, and he's in pretty good shape, so I didn't get any repro labels for him. I'm kind of tempted to because they add a couple of details to his shoulders here and the exhaust for the vehicle mode and whatnot. One thing I'm disappointed in is they didn't do stickers for the eyes like they did with Landmine. And this guy's supposed to have red eyes. This guy had red eyes on the show. And as you can see, that kind of gets lost here. We'll focus in there. It kind of gets lost here because they're not painted. And that's really kind of unfortunate. And there's so little that I don't dare go in there and try to paint them myself. I'm afraid that I would screw it up if I try to paint them myself. I would really like to have stickers for those eyes. So, unfortunately, not a thing. So, as you saw, articulation, as you saw, the head can turn, the arms can turn, and then nothing at the legs. This is another one of those Pretenders that the transformation is going to require a sideways transformation on the legs. So, yeah, he can do a split. So, again, you can have Van Damme selling Tostitos. Get together already with Tostitos. So, there's that. Alrighty, so transformation for this guy. We are going to take his arms and take them straight up and then collapse them in like we would for the shell. Take his feet, straighten them out, and then his legs are going to go all the way up and over. And then finally, we're going to take his weapon here, and it's going to plug into the back of the head. This is super tight and scary. And there you go. There is Gilmer's vehicle mode. He's a little submarine, and this can also pass for a spaceship. But I think this works really well as a submarine because it has a very marine look to it. You know, that kind of, to me, that kind of looks almost like a manta ray or a stingray or something like that. It's very reminiscent of something like that. So this has a very marine life look to me, and then the colors, of course, the purples and the teals do a very good job of that as well. So I think this works a little better for an aquatic mode than Diver did. So very cool. I like this a lot. This vehicle mode right here, probably one of the longer vehicle modes, is approximately 5 inches long because of the weapon being attached and being so long. Only about 1.5 inches tall there. So there you go. There's the vehicle mode, a little submarine mode. We'll go ahead and pop that off and straighten out his legs one more time. And straighten out the arms. Turn around, and again, the peg that he had for the shell is too big for his little hands. He's got another peg up here at the top, so you can give him the weapon to hold with that peg right there. We'll stand him right here. We'll bring in the shell. Very cool. Again, I'm really loving these Pretenders and just kind of discovering them after all this time. So I think that about does it for Transformers Generation 1 Pretender SUBMARAUDER. What did you think of this figure? Let me know. Leave me a comment down below. Give me some thumbs up. Whoops. Don't fall. Stay up there, man. We're trying to do our outro. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload a new video. Please share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.